Hey everyone, well it looks like we're going to have our first match of our league here versus Trevor Dufresne and our good old friend here, Puddin' Snack. I'll have to look up your name in a sec, sorry. So it looks like Trevor is going to be going with Druid, Paladin, and Warlock. And Puddin' Snack is Druid, Lock, and Mage. Alright, just telling the guys that they're live. Alright, so it's going to go dark here for a sec. Forgive me a moment. There we go. Puddin' Snack is our friend Pat Frappier. Sorry about that, Pat. So here we go. We're gonna view this from the perspective of Puddin' here. Loading into the game.
Jaina versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
You asked for
There we go. So we got Pat starting with Mage, Trevor starting with Druid. Seems like our friend here is doing a Mech Mage build with Antonidas for the good old fireballs. And our friend Trevor here is building it's a very interesting Druid deck, it looks like. I think he's running a Druid Mill. Let's see how well this works against this Mage deck. We're about to find out. So this is our first, as far as I know, this is our first match of the season. So whoever wins this becomes first place.
hello.
So as you notice, the mulligans is a little bit buggy here for the opponents. So it seems like Trevor's deck is all about giving a lot of cards to the opponent. It's a bit weird to see the cards upside down like this, but I'm sure we can live with it. There we go. Ooh, coin innervate, Druid of the Claw.
Where shall I strike?
It's an aggressive opener. Unfortunately for our mage friend here, the best he can hope for is to wait for that good old fireball. Or he could take the Goblin Blast Mage and pray to RNG just a little. So what does Trevor have this turn?
The great outdoors.
The brand new card, Grove Tender. Giving everybody cards. Everyone loves the cards. Annoytron's being annoying. And he'll take the safe play with the fireball. I can't say I blame him. Now the annoying thing about the chugga, is that you can render paladins, warriors, druids, rogues very useless in terms of their hero power. Mech Yeti's the play. Another card that he likes to give things. It's a very generous deck he's playing, I think. Now what is Pat gonna do here? He's gonna play the Blast Mage and oh, lucky guy. Unfortunately, no hits on the Yeti, but he was able to kill off the Grove Tender without any issues. Alright, what's Trevor's play here? 5 mana, he could Nourish. He could use the Keeper of the Grove. Could Naturalize, but I think he's waiting for a juicier Naturalize target. His Youthful Brewmaster. Not really useful in this situation. He can't hero power. Well, he can gain the armor, but he can't do any attacking, which is very annoying. Looks like he's thinking about Nourish. It's not a bad play, really, considering everything else is kind of lackluster. He will go for the trade with the Blast Mage. And they each get a pair of reversing switches. It can be very useful, but I find, in my experience, it can be a pretty good dead card if you're playing reasonable creatures. Oh, there you go. That's a play. Reversing switch and Keeper.
Safeguard the land.
Alright. Oh, and the train begins. Mech Warper. It's quickly becoming a very infamously unfun card for people. Can't say I blame him. Ooh, swipe could be good here. A swipe could clear the board if he plays it right. What else could he do? With 6 mana? Oh, he's just going to go ahead and swipe. Very solid move, and he's going to go for it. The bouncing of the keeper would be a pretty good move. The silence is pretty invaluable. Or the 2 damage, for that matter. Alright. So the board is pretty much clear. What is the next move here? Spam the mechs. Shredder and Spider. Oh, second keeper. Could silence and run his youthful into the Shredder to get rid of the bonus death rattle. That looks like it's the play. Shredder being a 4/3 isn't the most useful thing if you don't get the hero power out of it. Sorry, the death rattle. Alright, another Chugga is a potential play. Oh, he's dropping Antonidas like it's hot. Reversing switch on the Spider tank. Take out the Grove. Keeper of the Grove. Alright, now Antonidas needs to die yesterday for Trevor to live. Because this reversing switch becomes another fireball, and then the fireballs are endless. It's a perfect naturalized target. Alternatively, he could silence it, but it doesn't really get rid of Antonidas. Naturalize is the play. Unfortunately, the mage is very far away from getting a lot of milled, but Antonidas is no longer a thing. This is where cards like Naturalize do actually come in handy. I don't mind the 2 cards the opponent gets if you can take out a key piece of a combo. Now, unfortunately, that leaves the mage with a total of 3 fireballs now. And this hurts. Mind you, Trevor did know the fireball was coming, so could have been bait. Good old Lotheb. Strangely enough, oh no, never mind. Even Innervate costs mana in this case. Figured he could have played the 11 mana spell, but you cannot. Alright, plays the Ancient of Lore, gets Mech Bear Cat, and Cold Light Oracle. This is where it can get really fun. He's just got to be able to survive the onslaught of the mage. Can he do it? Unstable Portal. Oh! Oh god. Malagos, of all the cards. That is not cool. Is he can? Oh, he could play Malagos. Oh my god, he can get 11 damage fireball. Anything potentially more if he gets more cheap spells, because 6 and 4, that's just disgusting. See if Trevor really needs a miracle here, I think. He needs to keep his health high, and he needs to clear his board. Can he do it? Yeah. Pat is basically laughing his head off, and I'm going to say, oh dear God. Yeah, this is nuts. I think Trevor's boned here. More cards. I'm hoping he's hoping for an answer. Oh god, the Frostbolt. Could be 8 damage. This could be 11. What can he do? Trevor's not aware that Unstable Portal will lead to his doom. I think this mage may live to fight another game.
I must safeguard
Keeper of the Grove. He's doing his darndest to stay alive, but it's over. It is over. Malagos. Yeah, Pat realizes the BS of this move. Yeah, there it is. Victory number 1 goes to Pat. The mage wins. The Druid Mill goes down in flames. Alright, Pat is now up 1 game to none. Looks like Trevor's Druid Mill is gone. He's left with a Paladin or Warlock to counter this mage. What will he choose? What will he choose? Yeah, I gotta poke fun a little bit. Unstable Portal is such a ridiculous card at times. think an analysis was done on Reddit where I think 87% of the time it'll give you something that is worth its cost, at least a 2-drop or greater. Because if you get a 2-drop, it becomes free. You paid 2 mana for Unstable Portal. It's only bad if you get a 1-drop or a 0-drop, which our good friend Adam did post a funny link from Amaz getting a Wisp from his Unstable Portal. All right, we're gonna jump into match number 2. Looks like Trevor opted for the Paladin. Alright, can Paladin withstand the Mech Mage?
I am ready.
Good, both turn 1 plays. Zombie Chow is always solid. And speaking of mechs, Shieldbot is probably one of my favorites of all the new mechs. It's just a solid 2-drop. Very, very good. Annoyatron being annoying, as usual. Yeah, that's a play. Is he going to use a swing of the sword? Yes, he will. There you go. Keeps both creatures alive. Alright, so he'll have 2 creatures. One could get pinged with Fire Blast, but our friend here could play... Our mage friend here could play Snow Chugger. He could play another Annoyatron. He has the coin. I think he'll go for the Mech Yeti. Always a play. Always a solid play. Now, he could use the True Silver, but he would kill the Sword of Justice. I wouldn't recommend that play. His best bet is probably to drop the Harvest Golem and just go face. Slowly let him make the plays. You don't want to ruin this sword right away, because especially with your hero power, you can get a lot of good value out of it. The True Silver Champion can be useful later in the game, very easily. It'd be silly to waste the charges. Yeah, so that's what he's going to do. Now he could bop the shield to bring this down to 2, but I don't like that play very much myself, because that way he could just kill this thing off and he'd still leave alive. Oh, the Goblin Blast Mage. That is the play right now, definitely. He might get lucky, he might get unlucky. Well, that could have been worse for Trevor, for sure. Quartermaster. Can be handy if he gets a muster later on. So he's opting to clear the board. Ooh, gets a Time Rewinder. Could be very good with Quartermaster. And Pat got a reversing switch. Alright. So the move is to the mage friend here. The mech train begins. What is Trevor going to do here? Avenging Wrath is not a terrible move. If he's willing to pray to RNGesus a little bit. Could have probably a good chance it kills Annoyatron. Alternatively, Consecration could work as well, but you only kill Annoyatron in that case. I like the Avenging Wrath play personally. You're bound to at least get 1 hit, so it's a better result than what Consecration would have been, no matter what, I think. Unless, for some strange reason, not a single thing hits Annoyatron. If 3 hit Annoyatron, this is definitely the right move. Yeah, could have been better, could have been worse. You probably want the Mech Warper dead, but in this case, Consecration clears this board, so I like the idea of saving the swing with the True Silver Champion. Unstable Portal. Are you kidding me? Well, really? Ragnaros for 5 mana? I gotta say it. Screw that card. Seriously, Trevor's gonna rage. And I can't blame him. Alright, well, Consecration. Still a play. Oh, Trevor's getting dangerously low. This mage deck is formidable. What has he got here? Thankfully, he does have a Holy Light to keep himself alive a little longer. Yeah, Consecration, Holy Light himself, swing with the sword. And then he'll probably cry some tears after Ragnaros gets on the board for 5 freaking mana.
Reporting for duty.
Spider Tank. Yep, Unstable Portal BS begins. twice now. Malagos and then Ragnaros. What could... Oh, good lord. Ah, sadly he has nothing to proc with the equality. His best bet is just to flood the board. Flood the board with as many things as you can. Holy Light will not get you out of range. Well, it can get you by 1 point, but you're better off dropping your Reinforce and a Quartermaster.
Reporting for duty.
No, that one works too. Oh, he's dropping the equality right away. That's a risky play. Oh, well, I mean, Think says is a misplay, but I don't think it matters.
That was a mistake.
Doesn't matter. The Mage, Pat. Mech Mage takes out 2 of Trevor's decks. Trevor's down to his last deck already. Can he do the reverse all kill? His Warlock deck must be able to handle everything that Pat can throw at him. And so the last match now begins. Pat still has a Druid and a Warlock deck himself. So it looks like Pat is taking this pretty damn seriously. We're going to view this from Trevor's perspective again, because he's on his last leg. He needs to pull something with this deck.
Gul'dan versus Jaina.
Alright. So this deck, this Warlock deck, looks like a handlock. I think this is Trevor's handlock deck that we saw in our preview video earlier. He needs this to hold the fort pretty well. Oh, looks like Pat got a lucky top deck for turn 1. The issue with Mech Mage is that it can rush you down pretty darn fast. But oh, that Tailfire is a great draw for Trevor. He needs to use that wisely at the right time. Antonidas, not going to be a factor anytime soon. Pat's chugging all the snow. The play here, life tap. So this is get some first-hand experience. If you've never seen a handlock in play, this is how you'll see how to play it.
Something needs tinkering?
Oh, starting to get a little out of control here. Oh, and he got emergency coolant. That stings. Because this Azure Drake that he's probably going to play now. He could play the Azure Drake or he could Hellfire. I think the Azure Drake's the better play. He could sit and wait. He could heal up. Alternatively, he could play the Owl, which I don't think is a great play. I think Dark Bomb is also a play. But it creates a weaker Drake. I think he needs to get the Drake out sooner rather than later. Despite the fact that this emergency coolant will put a damper on things, you still need to put something on the board, I think. Looks like he's going to do that. No, Hellfire? Or the Drake. There's the Drake. Now, even though the Drake can get frozen for a turn, or 2 even, it's still something that Pat has to deal with eventually. Okay, he's ignoring the, ooh, this is getting dangerous. He's ignoring, ooh, Shadow Flame. I think that's the card that Trevor needed. He could bop the Piloted Shredder, Shadow Flame, and reset the board, essentially. Then he could follow it up with turns with Lotheb. Mind you, Lotheb is on this side. He really could use some of his giants. Some of the Molten Giants would be perfect right now. Oh, is he thinking Hellfire? Don't know what Hellfire really does for him. Puddle Stomper. The problem with Hellfire as well is it also hurts you, and if Pat were to draw himself a Fireball, this game would practically be over. Thankfully for Trevor, he didn't. Oh, is Pat gonna go for the win? He is. He's saying screw it. Had enough of this round. He wants to clean sweep it. Lotheb is dangerous here, that's for sure. So what can Trev do here? Well, no spells. He can heal himself up, which will keep him alive a little longer. He could faceless, get himself his own Lotheb, but I think healing has to be a priority here. I think he needs to heal himself up and kill the Tinkertown Technician for a chance here. I don't think he has any other plays. He could try to life tap, but again, with 3 mana, the only thing that he gets is a giant, and that doesn't keep him alive. He's in a tough bind. I think the only play that, like I said, Earthen Ring Farseer to heal yourself, then Lotheb. No, sorry. Earthen Ring Farseer. Words. He is going to silence him. What's the play here? He's going to heal himself or heal the Drake. Yeah, he's got to heal himself. He's got a couple bodies on the board now, up to 10 health. No Fireball, but that Forsaken Unstable Portal gets a Dunmaul Shaman. Ouch. That costs 1 mana.
I can fix anything.
Oh, he's dumping his hand. I don't know if I agree with that. Handlocks are notorious for saying, screw that. Yeah, I think the play is to potentially Dark Bomb Lotheb, whack the Owl into the Dunmaul Shaman, and Shadow Flame your Farseer after you attack with it, of course. Get the full value. And then you pray that you keep drawing some better things. Mountain Giant's not a good play here. Yeah, so I think Trevor's realizing that that play exists. Dark Bomb. Reset that board once again. Then he's got to unfortunately deal with Antonidas, which does not get killed by Big Game Hunter. There you go, the play is done. Boom goes the board. Actually, never mind, he cannot play Antonidas this turn. He got overloaded from the Shaman. But he draws a Fireball.
Well played.
And that, ladies and gents, is the first ever match. Pat, showing that Mech Mage is a force to be reckoned with. Keep that in mind when you play him next, or someone else. They might want to copy that deck. It's very good. Alright, one match in the books, folks. If you want your matches casted, you guys let me know on Facebook. Or let me know on BNet when you guys are ready to do it. My name is Mark Laren, aka Tesla, in game in battle.net. We'll see you guys next time.